Robin.
Today's theme is podiums. Looking at Fox 5 locally here in New York City, and we're looking at Donald Trump. Of course, we just did a little Donald Trump for everybody. He's in the news. And we noticed that he's got a podium on a riser.
Yeah, a podium on a riser.
Do we have to get a riser, too?
No, that's very pompous.
Because then you need stairs to walk up onto the riser to get behind your podium for your big speech.
Yeah, I think it was a band playing or something. So
if you have a band, then you definitely got to go riser.
Yeah,
so if you get maybe a local band, if we're going to be doing the podium thing around Long Island,
I'm feeling that.
Maybe we could get a homegrown band.
Homegrown? Oh my God!
I got to write the book. The horse shit that you have to deal with when you do radio. Why did I have to play a fucking homegrown band every night during a night show?
And it's homegrown time. It's because
the only people that cared were the band,
right,
and some of the family members of the band.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
That's all you were catering to. But they wanted it to seem like BAB supported local music.
They supported everything local.
Everything local. That complete angle was just Long Island, local, fucking Jones Beach reports and traffic reports that never went into Queens. And
my wife laughs at me a lot. At me is the key.
At you, yes,
is the key. You want them to laugh along with you, but in my case, it's at me. And
yeah.
I told her recently that I had to do beach reports, and I explained the whole thing to her. She covered her mouth and goes, "No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't." I'm like, "Yeah, I did. No,
beach
you didn't."
Reports.
It was outside the fucking men's bathroom at Robert Moses in the Breezeway. I had to get on a fucking payphone because I didn't have a cell phone. And do beach reports.
Were you on the station that reaches the beaches?
Was that their slug line?
It's somebody's slug line out there.
Beaches.
What was BAB's? I think it was just the WBAB Beach Reports.
Beach Report.
Brought to you by Sam Ash.
That's some kind of fucking
right.
Whirling discs.
And I actually I don't mind going to beaches, but my gig was I didn't get paid extra for this. We all had to do it. I had to hang out at Robert Moses all day and every hour do a beach report from the Breezeway on a payphone.
That sucks. There's no reason for that.
I had to give the traffic report. I had to give the tanning index.
Let me tell you.
I had to give. I'm trying to remember everything.
Field 5 is filling up really quick.
Yes.
If you're coming in now, I would suggest you go to Field 3. Wow, the suntan index very high.
Yes.
Bring your sunscreen. It's very dangerous.
What's the deal with Ocean Parkway?
Yeah, and don't take Ocean Parkway.
Because they're too busy, digging up dead bodies.
It just was, their local thing got so local, it was just crazy.
And then I wandered around because every hour I had to do it, so I couldn't even chill. And then
couldn't have fun.
Then I had to get back to the payphone early enough, and just in case someone else was using the payphone, I could make sure I had the payphone because it had to be at a certain time. Had to be right before the top of the hour. What a fucking nightmare. And then there was some dumb slug line at the end of it.
That is a bitch.
So, all right.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a Flava Flav update.
Flav, yo. What's the Flav doing?
I was going through some of my pictures, and I got... I'll post them eventually on my Facebook page, but the day Flava Flav.
Oh, the takeover of our show?
Yeah, I got some pictures.
By Flav and his peeps?
I'll never forget that.
Looked like a McDonald's beatdown.
Yeah.
We were held hostage by the Flav and his peeps.
I think out of all the things we've done over the years, that's one of my favorite stories to tell people.
Because it's just so bizarre that happened.
It was the strangest thing ever. I want to retell it again right now.
Yeah.
Because there were so many parts to that.
Yeah, I thought it was odd that Flav was going to be there anyway.
Well, he was hot, and he was doing our show.
Yeah. But it was very vague as to what he was going to do, and then it just started snowballing.
My favorite part always changes, but getting yelled at by Tom Chiusano backstage because the whole thing was live on his.
Oh yeah,
on his.
He's like, you got to end this.
You got to end this. Right.
You got to end this because and we're like,
I go, Tom, you go out there and end this.
Good luck. Good luck to you.
Flava Flav has the mic and he's not stopping anytime soon.
He is going off because he's the Flav. He thinks it's his show now. So we're just gonna sit back and not be shot.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You want to go out and stop it, Tom?
Yeah.
Feel free.
And, I always wondered if we exaggerated as far as the amount of people that Flava Flav brought on stage. And I was looking at these pictures the other day, and there's no exaggeration. There was 20 to 30 people that he brought on stage just to introduce to a very white crowd.
Insane. It absolutely looked like a lineup, like for the entire first season of First 48.
Mm-hmm. Do we have that show, E-Rock, in the archives?
I think we do. I'm looking for it right now.
We might have to make some kind of special out of it.
Every character from the first season of The Wire.
Pretty much. Can we make some kind of special around that? Because if you just play it, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Because it was a complete takeover of our show.
Yeah.
But if we interject, maybe do like a mystery science theater type thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And explain like what we were doing at this part.
Being terrified.
I was hiding under the table at one point. I went backstage for a while.
Just awful. It was frightening.
Even our brave audience that has no problem yelling and screaming shit.
Oh, yeah,
they were well behaved.
Yeah, what happened to all the black jokes that day?
Yeah.
That people were yelling out.
Yeah.
The audience was horrified.
They just had their mouths agape.
Yep.
We should find some audio from that day and work a special around it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And finally put it to bed because we bring it up a lot, but I think there's a lot of people that have never heard that.
It's one of those great moments.
Yeah, because we buried that fucking thing after it aired too.
Yeah.
I don't think any of that audio ever saw the light of day. If you got a few little clips, E-Rock, that would be great.
I'm looking for it.
Maybe for tomorrow or later today. But anyway, we mentioned that because Flava Flav opened up some chicken restaurants, or maybe one chicken restaurant.
Of course he did.
He opened up one and was hoping that this thing would take off, and man, he would be putting Popeyes out of business.
What was it called?
Flava Flav's Chicken Restaurant.
That was it?
Something like that.
Real original.
Flava Flav Chicken.
Flava Flav.
And wasn't it in Iowa or something? Some out-of-the-way place.
Yeah, he picked some place out of nowhere.
Isn't he from, like, Long Island or something?
I don't even know.
Why wouldn't you start in your hometown?
Flav's Fried Chicken.
Well, as you'll learn in the story, he's not exactly 100% owner of this thing.
Oh, I know, but the other owner is saying that Flava Flav took advantage of that guy when that guy had Flava Flav on all the buckets.
Yeah.
So that guy was taking advantage of Flava Flav's notoriety.
Could you imagine sitting with a bucket with Flav's big dumb face on it and just wing after wing and leg, you're just eating it?
Did he have a chicken catchphrase? A Flava Flav chicken catchphrase?
I don't know.
Where's my Flava Flav?
Yeah, boy. Is that a chicken with a clock around his neck?
Where?
In the upper right corner of the first picture.
That's Flava.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, that right?
Yeah.
Wait. No, I don't think so. I think it's a clock hanging off of
You can't even tell.
the words.
Okay.
That was the first thing I noticed. He hired the worst
Design people for
graphic
this?
design.
Yeah, that
artists.
really looks bad.
First of all, it doesn't even look like Flava Flav. It's a cartoon version of him, obviously. And then we don't even know what if the chicken has a clock on it or not. And,
what's
then
the
he's using that font. Help me out, Ant, from the 70s, like
Action movie.
Who was the badass black broad
Yeah.
with the afro?
Yeah. What the hell is that? I'm trying to remember.
Somebody will get it.
Yeah.
She was in everything. She was a hot mama.
Like Jackie Brown?
Jackie Brown.
One that played Jackie Brown?
Yeah. What was her name?
Yeah. That bitch. That motherfucking bitch.
No one's getting it down there?
Pam Grier.
Pam Grier,
motherfucker.
He's using that font from like the old Pam Grier movies where they kind of
Down.
giving
Yep.
giving the font some depth.
It's a lot of background shadow
Right.
thing.
Well, here's your Flava Flav chicken update.
Play.
Hip-hop and reality TV star Flava Flav.
This fucking guy again.
Oh,
Jimmy,
this guy.
Thank God Jimmy's not here today. He hates this guy. Worst delivery.
His boring, droll delivery.
This isn't the worst guy.
Not
Who's the worst guy?
Absolute worst guy is Ross Simpson, Associated Press.
Yes.
Oh, this
is
isn't
a different
him?
guy. No.
Oh, it sounds like him.
Yeah, they both suck.
Hip-hop and reality TV star Flava Flav won't be letting anyone else savor his newest venture. After just 4 months in operation, Flava shut down the Iowa-based chicken franchise that bore his name.
4 months? That's all it lasted?
4 months? I thought it was longer than that.
I just want to say hi to Vincent Bayonne, because he came up with Jackie Brown, and then he goes, Judy Greer?
Judy Greer?
And then I had kind of like, like a Anthony ex-mother-in-law, Judy fucking...
Judy
as the badass
Judy
Jackie
Greer.
Brown.
Stop it or I'll shoot. I swear. She's making all kinds of right turns during car chases. 3 rights make a left.
What Flay's doing, he's a fraud. He does not want to be hurt with the other adventures that he's doing, and he's going to want to become a millionaire off my dime, off of my ideas.
It all comes down to a dispute with a man Flav picked to run the chicken joint.
I started this from the menu to the color of the way the building, from the sign, from everything. I started everything.
I have to do whatever is possible for me to save my name. And the only way that I can save my name is to shut the business down because Nick Semino is not running the business right.
Save his name?
Well, what do you think your name
what are
is?
You talking about? Your name means shit.
That brand, the Flava Flav brand, is not really something that needs saving.
Flava Flav is basically running a Kennedy Fried Chicken and pretending like it's going to be the next huge franchise to take
Right.
on.
Save my name.
They probably serve pizza by the slice there, too.
My name.
Hamburgers.
Yeah.
Let me
Hamburger.
Maybe we could all take a turn, but let me tell you what I think of when I think Flava Flav.
Yeah.
I think of that love show he did on VH1, and the women are all kind of standing around.
Yeah.
Wondering who's getting voted off, I think. I think this was a voting off ceremony when this happened. And one of the girls dropped a duty on the rug.
She took a shit. It went down her leg.
Out. That's what I think when I hear Flava Flav.
And a nugget.
A nugget fell out of her dress and rolled onto the floor.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And you're trying to save that name, Flava Flav? You got one when you think Flava Flav?
I just think, ugh. He's just a little rat man from fucking, NWA or whatever the fuck he was in.
Flavor of Love poop. I bet you we can't find this online anymore.
No, it's got to be there.
It's one of the greatest reality show moments ever. One of these girls that was supposed to be one of these hot broads lets a nugget loose on TV. All right, Danny will try to find that, but let's get back to the Flava Flav chicken update.
Right.
There were signs of trouble.
The reason why I pulled my license is because there's a lot of employees that wasn't getting paid.
While no one else will be able to experience the novelty of eating at Flava Flav's, Semino won't miss the restaurant.
But I'm not doing this because of my 40%. You know what I mean? I could care less. I'm just finally glad that I'm free from somebody like Flava Flav.
As for Flav, he says his next venture could be a restaurant in Las Vegas.
Ah, there you go.
Las Vegas. Flava Flav will be completely broke.
Hand out little grills for the kids. They could put little grills on while they eat their chicken.
The Flava Flav grills.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Did you find that, Danny?
I did, and then the website froze my browser up. So I gotta,
why wouldn't
gotta
it?
find it all over again.
All right.
Of course it did.
There was something else. Oh, we want to look at the McDonald's thing, too. So we got a few things.
Oh, God, that McDonald's thing is just...
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, that's a couple of unruly women, one 18, one 14, got into it with now it's called a transgender woman. I don't know what this means. They're not being specific. I don't know if it's a transvestite or a transsexual.
Well, the experts
or
not
a
here
pre-op transsexual. I don't think it's a transsexual.
What's a transsexual?
Transvestite. I think a transsexual is the dick is gone It's been built into a vag.
Isn't that
hormone
transgender?
treatments. But I don't know if transgender might cover it all.
What do we got? Let's write. So we got transsexual.
Transsexual.
Wait, transvestite.
Transsexual, right? Then you have transvestite.
Transsexual, transvestite.
Transvestite, right.
Right.
And then this transgender.
What the
thing
fuck is that?
And
what about the freaks that have both? What are they?
That's hermaphrodite.
Then you got a hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
So we got to figure out 4 of these today.
But I think transgender covers everything.
Really?
I think. Transsexual means you used to have a dick, it was cut off, and now you got a vag and hormones, and you're technically a woman.
Transvestite.
And transvestite is a dude
that's
dressed like a chick.
Or trying to.
Yeah. And
all right, wait. All right. So transgender covers all this shit.
I think covers it all.
Really?
Yeah.
Transvestite still has a dick. Transsexual doesn't have a dick anymore. Hermaphrodite has both.
Yeah. No, transsexual doesn't mean chick with a cock. Oh, no, you're all wrong.
Transvestite is chick with a cock.
Transsexual means it's been changed.
Transsexual means you got your dick cut off.
Right. Transgender could mean the same thing.
I'm just worried about transgender. I think transgender is...
A general term, transgender, is a general term applied to a variety of individuals, behaviors, groups involving tendencies that vary from cultural convention to gender roles. Thanks for that nondescript.
I hate the
cut and
definitions
paste.
that mean nothing.
Yeah, that really was Ben. But anyway, this trans whatever was in the bathroom at a McDonald's.
McDonald's?
At McDonald's.
Oh, wait.
Hamburgers,
I'll tell you that.
Before we move on, can we play this?
Oh, the shit?
Yes.
It's a long clip, so I don't know exactly how much of it you want to do.
No, we don't. I just want to see the
Just the shit part.
I want to see the duty fall out.
Her duty.
I think we got to take it from around there.
Ugh,
I think.
so disgusting.
And you know, one of Flava Flav's chicks is dating Shaq. For people that saw that show, I was all in. Remember that girl Hoops?
I never watched that.
That's Shaq's woman nowadays.
I never watched that motherfucker.
All right.
Went out of frame for a minute, but then she came back.
But thanks for coming down, y'all.
When she came back, she had this look on her face like...
That's my
Hey, welcome.
Cheers, man.
See y'all later and blessings, all right? Have a good time, y'all.
Thank you.
After we do the toast, something takes off upstairs.
Oh my God, that's nasty.
Oh, no.
I smell it.
Oh, God.
Elimination is over. I just want a sigh of relief. So I take this deep breath and what is that smell? My God! And as I'm going up the steps, I look down and I was like, no. Hey. Watch your step. I like someone. Yeah, watch out.
What is that?
Oh my goodness. Watch out. I think.
I was like, wait a minute, I know we don't have no dogs in here, but they on my stairs.
This is the name he's trying to protect. By the way.
I'm like, where did they come from?
Something's pooped on the floor.
Something is on herself.
And everyone's like, she's pooed.
What bathroom is she at?
How am I supposed to get upstairs?
You walk around the poo. That's how you get upstairs.
Fucking disgusting.
Fly where I'm from.
Hey, yo, son.
And when she opened up the bathroom door, something jumped out. Oh my God, that smell was something. So I think I really gave her the right name, folks. Know what I'm saying? Her name is something.
Yo, you all right in there, baby?
There was no way me holding it. I'm gonna be honest. I was like holding it, and then out of nowhere, it's like my stomach was just like, bitch, you got me. I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. So like, it just like pushed itself out. No.
Oh my God.
She shit herself on the Flav stairs.
And it could have happened to anybody. So.
It could have
that
anybody.
name. Protect that name.
On my floor.
I like something because she's She's real with it. She's like, yo, check this out. Baby, this is who I am. There's a wild gorilla running around loose in that bathroom.
Oh, wild gorilla.
Whitey says that he's fired.
She picked on everybody all night.
If y'all smell anything stink around here, it's me, because I'm the Oh, that was good, that was good. No, but she
check that name.
That's how the first date ended, folks. Right here, only on Flava Flav.
With his dumb Viking hat on.
Yeah.
He had a little comeback for,
he had a
15
couple,
minutes. And
he had like 2 or 3 really good years
done.
after it was over for him.
Yeah.
So.
He's done ski now.
Oh, very good question from Jordan. Which lasted longer, Flava Flav chicken or Pop-Tart world?
I think Flav's chicken lasted longer.
And that whole Pop-Tart world, they just went back to the regular Pop-Tarts, right?
I think so, yeah.
I know they closed the Times Square place down, but
yeah,
supposedly that was supposed to be temporary.
Just a publicity thing?
I don't think it was supposed to be temporary. I think they were putting it there hoping it was going to catch on, and then they were going to franchise the shit out of Pop-Tart world.
If it caught on, of course they would have kept it there.
But that turned out to be one of the worst ideas ever.
A debacle, as they call it.
Remember the Pop-Tart sushi they were trying to with the fruit roll-ups?
The fucking Pop-Tart.
And they had a huge Pop-Tart vending machine. And
yeah, it's just because they had they have like the M&M store there, so they thought they'd be able to jump in on
the M&M store.
That whole thing
fucking rules.
The tourists love that shit.
I like the M&Ms
too,
like
no, but they like just taking pictures out there.
Mm-hmm.
Times Square, by the way, I fucking hate walking through there. If I got to go somewhere like that's like when we were walking to the Hard Rock, and I got to walk through Times Square, it's so fucking annoying. It's just that there's too many people, and they never know how to get the fuck out of the way. They're talking in the crosswalk. I think you just got to deal with all the shill and fucking shims and scams going on. It's that is still going on.
It's really strange because the rest of New York City has nothing to do with that.
No, not at all.
You go a few blocks and then it's the regular New York.
Yeah, it's a big tourist trap. They're always in the way.
I don't understand that. When I go to other cities, yeah, I'll check out some of that stuff. I'm guilty, I guess. But then you move on and really see what the city's about. You know what I mean? But a lot of these people, they get a hotel right in Times Square and they don't even leave the area.
They don't leave. They go to the Olive Garden and
you're not even hanging with New Yorkers.
Yeah,
you're hanging out with other rubes.
Rubes.
Or Kenny calls them farmers.
Shills.
Hanging out with the other farmers.
The farmers.
Times Square, going into like Toys R Us, the Gap, like you said, going to Olive Garden. Why come to New York? You could do all that in your hometown.
Look, at TGI Fridays. Let's go there.
Not only at TGI Fridays, Anthony, the biggest one in the world. That's their advertising.
Oh, is it? Is that their deal?
That's their slug line.
And the crosswalk, there is like a family, and they'll cross the street, the crosswalk, and not know where they're going right after they cross the street. Mm-hmm. So they stop the second they hit the sidewalk on the other side of the crosswalk. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, this is where everyone's walking.
Right.
But they stop to have a little chat about where they're going next. Mm-hmm. Move to the fucking side. Move against the building. Move somewhere where you're not in the way of everybody. Tourist.
They don't know the rhythm of New York.
No.
You got to know the rhythm of New York.
And then those guys that hand out the cards to comedy clubs that I've never fucking heard of. And meanwhile, we have how many comics on this show on a weekly basis? And we hear all the places they play. And these guys are like, hey, comedy, you want to see some comedy? Mm-hmm. Comedy. And they hand you these cards for a place that I've never heard anyone.
There's a comedy club like where Show World used to be, and I don't even know what it's like. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, who plays there?
Remember, like Broadway Comedy Club, and it's like, what?
Iraq's got a little info?
One time we were in Times Square with Norton, and one of those comedy guys came up to Jimmy saying, like, hey, you like comedy? We got top-notch comedians. And Norton's like, who? And he just listed off some of these names and goes, and then Jim said some line about how he's allergic to laughing and it will kill him. And
but they do. They blurt out these names. It's like, who the fuck are you? Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's my comedy?
Where's the McDonald's clip?
Well, do you want the beating or her talking about it? Because there's a lot of things
I don't really know because I really have not followed this story.
Yeah, she.
It's out of Boston. I know that, right?
No, actually,
wasn't it one out of Boston?
Baltimore.
Oh, see?
Baltimore.
I don't even know where the fuck it happened.
Yeah, and she was in the bathroom, right?
Sure.
And
as a what?
As a woman.
Woman with a dick?
Well, I don't know if the thing has a vagina or not.
Okay.
And she's in the bathroom, and I think one of the girls accused her of looking at her mans, and then said that you look like a man, and just proceeded to start beating the shit out of him, her, whatever it is, kicking in the head, dragging by the hair, the wig comes off, and then pulling by the hair, kicking in the head, until this transgender person went into a seizure at the front door. And that's when the guy that was videoing the melee, who worked at McDonald's, said, "Oh, you better get out of here. The cops is coming. You better get out of here." So they fired him for videoing it and not leaving or not helping.
Why would you help when two?
Well, one fat woman tried to step in and help, but that was to no avail.
Right.
It's just this fucking, like I always say behave, but just fucking behave. And so many of these things turned up. I watched the street melee in San Francisco, I guess it was, where some bitch got fucking bashed in the head with a high heel, and she's bleeding profusely. Her tits are hanging out. They're in the street fighting. It's just some ignat shit going on.
It's great stuff to check out.
Chuck E. Cheese. On a nightly basis, I look at nothing but fast food beatdowns. It's great.
It's like an epidemic, you think?
Yeah, it is.
Why?
It's something that's just happening because some people don't know how to just behave and have patience. When you're in a McDonald's, you're not getting the best service. I'm sorry, McDonald's, you're just not. So sometimes your food order gets fucked. You're around people that annoy you, but you just get your shit and you leave eventually. But there are some people that just can't deal with waiting in line, dealing with a staff that might have forgotten something. It instantly turns into this violence. It goes from yelling this horrid shit to just throwing shit and then to punching. That's pretty much the chain of events I see when I watch the 1,000 of these that I have watched.
Have you been in a McDonald's recently?
I've not been in a McDonald's in, probably since the NEW days.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be 10 years, at least.
I went in one recently just to film some shit.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, Ant, I was amazed.
Yeah.
By the clientele.
Well, they do.
Because when I was growing up.
Yeah.
It was a different McDonald's.
It was families, suburban families would go there. I had a McDonald's in my neighborhood, and it was a big deal when mom and dad would go, "Hey kids, we're going to McDonald's," and we'd hop in the car, and dad would call me a faggot because I'd bring my little puppet that he called a doll, and we'd drive to McDonald's. And
was it a Barbie doll?
No, I had made it. It was a puppet. It was a marionette that didn't have strings yet. I was working on it.
You made it from scratch?
Yeah.
Was it from a kit?
No. I just took some fucking cloth and
that's weird
and shit. And I wanted to make a marionette.
A little strange.
I wanted to make a marionette. You ever see them?
I know.
And then you make the X with the wood,
right?
And then you attach the little strings to the hands and the head and the legs, and he moves around. But if you don't have the strings, then I think my dad was right. It is just what amounts to a doll.
So why didn't you get the strings?
Well, lazy. Well, I know.
And what was the name of your marionette?
I'm a kid.
What was the name of the marionette?
I'm not sure it had a name yet. And it was just kind of a thing.
Did he throw it out the window?
Yeah, I think he did. He did kind of toss it, and he didn't want me to grow up to be a fag. Opie, I would have been a fag if I would have had that marionette that he said was a doll.
Right.
Yeah. So we hop in the car, go to McDonald's
without your marionette.
Without my marionette.
He threw that on. Jericho Turnpike.
You're not taking that. You're not taking that fucking doll with you. Oh, Joey, let him take it. It's a puppet. It's not a puppet. It's a doll. Shut the fuck up, Ro. We're all going to McDonald's. Wow, he said McDonald's. I was happy for 2 seconds until we hopped in the Rambler. Then we're like, oh, here it comes again. Here it comes again. More yelling and screaming. Yeah.
What happened at McDonald's? Nice little family.
Well, it was
outing.
a family thing. Yeah.
When you used to get your fast food and go to a beach, that was a Long Island thing to do.
Yeah,
or did you sit in the McDonald's?
I did that, but as a family thing, before I got older, you'd just sit at McDonald's and eat. But then afterwards, when you get a little older, you would do that.
What was your favorite fast food joint growing up?
McDonald's.
Mine was Kentucky Fried Chicken.
McDonald. No, it was
Kentucky Fried Chicken was number one, and then
Burger King kind of sparked up.
Burger King was tastier, right?
Yeah, that charbroiled thing. But then
they were tastier.
But then growing up to the point where like you hit 18, you start drinking. It's all about Taco Bell.
Right.
It was not Taco Bell. Holy shit, Jack in the Box.
White Castle. What's wrong with you?
Jack in the Box, dude. You get your breakfast Jack. Or you get your Jack tacos that look like they were filled with baby shit.
Yeah, what was that?
What was that? That was the furthest thing from meat.
Thank God you were too drunk to give a fuck what that stuff really was.
And then whatever you didn't finish, you threw against the window of the fucking Jack in the Box.
You know what that was?
And drove away.
I know what it was.
Why?
They had homeless guys in the back that pre-chewed the food before they put it in that shit.
And spit it into the fucking...
They spit it into a big vat, and then you had a Jack in the Box worker scoop it up with a ladle and make your, what was it called?
The taco, right? Just the...
I guess.
Yeah.
With that mystery
taco meat. And then there was, when Roy Rogers first opened up, the clientele, not the clientele, the people that worked there had to dress in cowboy hats and Roy Rogers uniforms, and had to actually, when you came up to the counter, they had to say howdy partner, and then when you left, they gave you a bag and they had to say happy trails. It just reminded me of fucking Hamilton in Fast Times.
Sure,
it's all prepared the same way. Why don't you have a trout dog?
Were you an Arby's guy?
I liked Arby's because there was an Arby's by the drive-in movie theater in Comac.
Wow.
And we used to go there, and I liked Arby's until my sister had a tummy ache, and we all ate Arby's, and then she threw up in the car during
that'll ruin it
during
forever.
I believe Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and she threw up in the car, and it totally put me off of Arby's for the rest of my life.
That was it.
Yeah. And yeah, but the McDonald's was like you said, it was predominantly, especially where we were from, very suburban, very white. There was never violence at McDonald's ever, and now they really are catering to a lot of ethnicity, a lot of Africa. I think they cater too much to African Americans. McDonald's, which if I was African American, I'd be very angry that they're trying to pump you full of horrid food that gives you nothing but obesity and diabetes. But they're catering to. They even have this special secret site, something 360, and it's all about diversity at McDonald's. And
I think it's black365.com.
Is that it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I read that on a site. Yes, Iraq.
There's a lot of McDonald's ads now where they're just sponsoring big like soul and R&B festivals and religious events.
Essence Music Festival, sponsored by McDonald's and Coca-Cola. What's on McDonald's menu for the 2011 Essence Music Festival? Like McDonald's has completely gone black. And
seems that way.
You know, if you want to market that way, that's fine. But then you got to go with the repercussions of some people that I guess have grown up impoverished and disillusioned and strike out in certain ways. I love the families they're showing on this fucking webpage. What kind of stuff is going on there? I don't think I've seen any of that in my life.
By the way, the Boston thing was two chicks fighting over pancake syrup at Denny's.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Over the syrup.
Over the syrup.
What is 365 black? At McDonald's, we believe that African-American culture and achievement should be celebrated 365 days a year, not just during Black History Month. That idea, that's the idea behind 365black.com. It's a place where you can learn more about education, employment, career advancement, and entrepreneurship opportunities, and meet real people whose lives have been touched by McDonald's.
How is your life touched by a McDonald's?
Heart attack, stroke, diabetes, obesity. Plus, you can also have a chance to win an exciting once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, some opportunities, I guess you could. So make sure you visit often. You just might get inspired. This word's like inspired and diversity and. But meanwhile, it's a beatdown going down. Every video I see, there's never any inspirational moments going on. There's beatdowns.
Is that Nick Cannon? Did he graduate from McDonald's college?
McDonald's U?
Because he's got a diploma and he's got that cap and gown on. I want to see one video of inspiration from this website.
Yeah, where's some inspiration?
Do they have a video section?
There's a basketball at the bottom of the page. Look at this. And basketball slides in. They don't really have it. Check out what's new at McDonald's.
I want an inspirational video, damn it.
Well, the only videos I can seem to find are ads for McDonald's, which I'm sure star African-American families and people.
What's in the opportunities section? McDonald's, the brand of opportunity.
Hang on.
And there's a young African-American gentleman dressed in a suit.
Oh, that's from the other thing.
Oh, that's the beatdown.
Oh, that's
what you... Oof.
That's a bowling for behave video.
Yes. That guy's it just says opportunity. Oh, and then there's a video.
Okay.
McDonald's. That's where we get some of our favorite foods, like hamburgers, premium chicken, McGriddles, and, of course, the fries.
Yeah.
But we'd like to give you a deeper look into our corporation to see all of the business opportunities going on under the arches.
Our corporate diversity goals help build skills for professional development, allowing employees to achieve high levels of success within our company.
At McDonald's, we know that education is the key to success.
Vice President of U.S. Marketing Strategy is a black guy. All right, now it makes sense.
And many of our individual franchisees provide college scholarships. We also proudly support programs such as the United Negro College Fund and the Thurgood Marshall College Fund.
Thurgood Marshall.
The entrepreneurial spirit is part of our community. More than 1,200 McDonald restaurants are owned and operated by African Americans.
They look like black zombies.
Jackie and I
they're horrible readers.
The National Black McDonald's Operators Association.
National Black McDonald's Operators
generate billions of dollars in sales every year in our McDonald's restaurants.
Speaking of dollars, McDonald's also spends hundreds of millions with African American suppliers and vendors. My name is Erin Johnson, and I work for Baldwin Richardson Foods Company. We have been a supplier of ice cream toppings and dipping sauces to McDonald's since 1998.
Wow. McDonald's is your neighborhood restaurant. We make sure we understand,
it's not a restaurant.
No, it's not a restaurant.
It's a fast the differences that make each person special and unique.
A restaurant.
Our
I'll show you to your table,
our restaurants reflect the people we serve every day. So you see why we proudly say that McDonald's is deeply rooted in the community, 365 days a year.
In person, in person, in person, in person, in person.
Keep fucking that chicken. Yeah, keep fucking that chicken.
It's not a restaurant.
A restaurant. Wow, they have a black McDonald's owners fucking organization?
I don't know about you, but when I go to a restaurant, I'm not sitting next to a homeless guy that's taking a nap.
No.
Because he knows he could get away with it in the McDonald's.
Any restaurant, I expect to hear, come this way, and you follow someone with menus. That's a restaurant to me.
Right.
Not just, walk up and point at the fucking board and have some inept asshole behind the counter push buttons with pictures of the fucking food on it because he can't add.
Sure. And if your chair doesn't move, it's not a restaurant.
Yeah, it doesn't move. If you can't slide your chair in and out.
If you can't pull the chair out for your date, it's not a restaurant.
It's all plastic and bolted to the floor.
I smell bed. I think we got a bed going here.
That is not a fucking restaurant.
I don't see an appetizer menu.
No. They never ask you, would you like to have dessert when you're finished?
A light board. If you order off of a light board,
it's you look up, and if you could order just by numbers of a 6.
Whoa.
If no one says you're
Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
You could order by numbers, and you are sitting, and it sort of looks like a restaurant.
Yeah, but I think that falls under it has to meet this criteria for what makes McDonald's a restaurant too.
Right.
So I think if you walk in and it's not like a last name followed by party of and then a number.
Yeah. No restaurant there.
If you're using plastic utensils, it's not a restaurant.
You cannot call up McDonald's and make a reservation.
Right. If you have to go and get your own soda, it's not a restaurant. We could do this all day.
Of course.
If your dessert comes in a cardboard package.
Yeah. Vince from Bayonne, there's no drive-through at a restaurant.
Yep.
If there's bulletproof glass, it's not a restaurant. Kevin from Connecticut, bravo, sir.
Career development, entrepreneurship, education.
Nate Sack, is that how you say it? I always fuck up your name.
Yeah, it's good enough.
All right. Any place where you would rather eat in the bathroom is not a restaurant.
If you can accidentally throw away your tray, it's not a restaurant.
Right. Even better, if you got to fucking throw your own garbage away, it's not a restaurant.
Shit away.
Right.
If you don't trust me with a bottle of ketchup, it's not a restaurant. If I have to pump ketchup like I'm siphoning gas.
No kidding.
I love the ketchup.
Yeah, how
pump.
valuable is that stupid ketchup? Just fucking let it pour.
Who made that move? Some manager somewhere is like,
pump into those tiny little plastic things.
We're losing a lot of ketchup bottles. We should do something about it.
I said if you have to pour your own soda, right? We did that one.
Yeah.
If it has a salad bar, it's not a restaurant. That's
Nah, restaurants have salad bar.
Is there any other good ones coming in?
No plates, no utensils.
If the dining area smells like mop water, it's not a restaurant.
It always does.
That's Dom in Buffalo.
Holy shit.
Good luck to your Sabres, by the way, sir.
Oh.
If you have to pump your condiments, we kind of did that one onto your food. It's not a restaurant.
If you could win a free food item, it's not a restaurant.
Yeah, no restaurant I've been in has ball pits.
I don't go to a restaurant to play the McDonald's game. I fucked up my own shit. The Monopoly game.
If your salt and pepper is wrapped in paper, it's not a restaurant. It's not a restaurant if you can use coupons. If there's a retard cleaning your table, it's not a restaurant. Paul H. in Connecticut, very good. The floor is mopped while you eat. It's not a restaurant.
Yeah, I love that when the retard brings the mop around. You're trying to shove some shit in your mouth.
If you got to pay first, it's not a restaurant. Why do we?
I was gonna say, if my change gets dispensed to me through a machine, it's not a restaurant either.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, where you get your bills back, but then there's like the magic change machine.
Yeah, the change ride. If it comes down and goes, wee.
If the change comes down a slide, it's not a restaurant.
How fucking dumb do you workers have to be like, you know what, we just got to get one of those fucking change machines. They just can't get this right.
Jamie from Puerto Rico. If you have to ask the manager for the where'd it go? For the bathroom keys, it's not a restaurant. If you could order a meal with a toy, Chris in Buffalo. Okay, good, Tom. Tom at PA. If your spoon and fork are one and the same, it's not a restaurant.
Yeah, if you have that spork. Please drive around. McDonald's, may I help you? Oh, God. No one wears a headset at a restaurant.
Not true.
Really? Where?
Not true.
Well, you want to
busy restaurant. I've seen like hosts with headsets on.
Really?
They need to be in communication.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
By me.
Matt in Iowa. If there's shit all over the bathroom walls, it's not a restaurant. There's a good one.
Yeah, if there's like a changing station in the bathroom, it's not a real restaurant.
Brian, Virginia. If the fanciest thing on the menu is filet of fish, it's not a restaurant.
If there's two restaurants in one building, it's not a restaurant. Yeah, I love the combo fucking Subway, KFC.
Baskin Robbins is guilty of that shit.
They do the
what happened to Baskin Robbins where they said, "Hey man, we'll just take a tiny piece of your place, please.
Yeah.
Let us
Help
sell
us
our
out.
shit in the corner.
Just some ice cream in the corner."
If there's an indoor playground, it's not a restaurant.
How about those triple ones where it's like the KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell?
Oh yeah. That's the shiznit right there.
How about if you could buy food at a Target? That's not a restaurant. If you're eating at a place that sells furniture, that's not a restaurant, Travis.
How about Spike in Florida? If there's a garbage can in the dining room, it's not a restaurant.
If you're fueling up while eating.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
Hamburger.
Hamburger. That's it.
Hamburger.
Burger.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Quack, quack.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
I'll have the sugar ducky quack, quack, and a hamburger. Oof. Yeah.
If a disgruntled black chick who is chewing gum, I guess, says, "Can I take Yo Oda?" It's not a restaurant.
Yo Oda.
Yo Oda. That's Matt.
I just.
If you're served on a plastic tray, did we do the tray thing? Okay.
Yeah, there have been some tray.
Heat lamps.
How about if like the majority of the menu is $1? It's not a restaurant.
Yeah.
I got a perfect way to end this.
Yeah.
Steve, you in Buffalo. If E-Rock is eating there, it's not a restaurant.
Oh, damn, E-Rock. Thought he was unscathed through this one. Unscathed.
Almost made it, E-Rock. Almost made it.
E-Rock's a Wendy's boy anyway.
Yeah. Wendy's is good. It's not fast food. It's good food fast.
Oh, all right. Chris is a little confused by you today, Anthony.
Why?
Chris on Long Island. He'll explain.
All right.
Let me see if I got this right. First, they're shiftless, lazy, no work, and drains on society. But then we get a place that's going to give them a job, and you bitched about that, too.
Well, the job thing, as I see it, is, I don't know. I think it's a way to get some free food. That's what I see a lot of people. I'm not talking just black people. I'm talking whoever gets a job at McDonald's. It's kind of like, I get some free food. You know what I mean?
No.
And the service... And the service sucks. And the service stinks.
He just goes, no.
You go in there and the service, if I hear, may I hit you, I'm like, I'm just fucked. I'm going to be standing here forever.
Where the hell? I mean, actually, I know where you live. I've been to your house for cars with your brother. But what fucking McDonald's do you go to? Because all my McDonald's don't have these people there.
I haven't been there in quite some time.
Okay.
I go to the McDonald's. I go to the McDonald's on YouTube. Those are the best ones to go to because that's where all the beatdowns happen. And I love watching a good beatdown.
Well, I'm going to get my oatmeal McDonald's. Take care, boys.
All right, Chris. He almost didn't get the invite back to your house there.
That's right.
He was pushing it a little bit.
Watch
I think. I got to go back to Flava Flav for a second because I just checked my my email.
Oh, did he email you?
No, but Don Wicklund did.
Oh, Wiki.
Wiki was in charge of the channel back then.
Oh, that's right.
For the Flava Flav thing, when he hijacked our little Halloween show. Was it Halloween? Yeah. Halloween show.
Halloween. Yes.
I don't even know because we didn't get to do half the shit we wanted.
No, we didn't.
Don writes, by the way, I had to pay his bar tab for his 65 family members.
Wow. You
want to guess how much that was? Actually, the number is not that outrageous.
Cavassier.
$4,200. That was on XM's dime.
Was it? They actually paid? That wouldn't happen now.
No, Don had to pay.
Yeah, but...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But, like, he was reimbursed by XM.
I doubt it.
Really? I bet he was, but nowadays that would never happen.
Nowadays they would say, well,
they'd be like, why'd you pay?
Right.
Fuck you paid it.
Right.
Fuck you, pay me.
Kind of like that. I kind of like that restaurant bit we just did.
Yeah, I like that.
Off the cuff. A lot of off the cuff stuff today.
Oh, why not?
Podiums and...
Podiums.
It's not a restaurant if.
Podiums.
We got Lydia from Oceanside. Lydia.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
Good morning.
Oh, Flava Flav takes over Halloween 2006.
Damn, yo.
This is almost 5 years ago. I call it 4.5 years ago.
Are
these clips good or you just scrambled and grabbed some shit?
No, that's good.
This is good shit. And you want to run through this?
I'm flabbergasted by how quickly those years are flying by.
You want to run through this?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we'll take a break and run through the flavor. But Lydia's going to explain transsexual, transvestite, transgender, and hermaphrodite, right?
Yes.
All right, Lydia.
All right, go.
Our resident shrink.
A transvestite is someone who wears the clothes of the opposite gender. It has nothing to do with their sexuality.
Right.
So, like, you're a dude, you still have your dick, and you're wearing, like, dresses from, like, the 50s. Because that's what I see on the streets in New York.
But a transvestite isn't necessarily a gay guy, right?
You could be married with children in the privacy of your own home where your wife works.
Sure you can. Stop it. If you're a guy putting panties and a dress on, I say gay.
You're sucking dick.
There are many men who find it very comforting to wear women's underwear, but are totally heterosexual.
Why is it comforting? Besides the softness of the
I would just be like, wow, it gives me a boner.
Right.
There'd be no it makes me feel pretty or dainty. I would just be like, wow, this fucking silky material rubbing on my weenie gives me a boner.
There's a reason why underwear is just horrible material. It's to keep the boners down.
Right. Yeah, that's what the cotton's all about.
Man, you slide up against a nice silky number.
Silky shit. You're just walking around with a rod all day long.
That she's wearing, and fuck, man. How do you not get a boner?
With zero absorption, too, so your piss is like 10 minutes after you take a piss, you're feeling drips on your kneecap. You fucking, God forbid you shoot a load, then put those on. Mm-hmm. There's nothing getting absorbed in.
How do women keep the duty off their thongs?
I don't think they do. It's just such a thin strip.
You don't think they?
I've seen some things.
They change a lot. Yeah, I've seen some things.
For the most part,
I've been in the shit.
Can you imagine what?
I've been in the nom. I've been in country.
Now you gotta open your mind a little bit, because it's gonna sound a little weird, and I want to acknowledge that. But can you imagine that? Somehow the fashion statement is guys wear thongs. What that would look like at the end of the day.
Oh, God.
I drop off my laundry. I try not to make eye contact with the woman, because just the shit that she has to clean up now. Can you imagine if she had to clean up shit stained thongs?
It's just horrible. You don't want to.
I don't know how they.
No,
keep
I always
the duty
tip her.
off.
Always tip.
I think you always tip.
You got her.
I think I think girls, maybe they're a little cleaner maybe back there from
I don't know,
lack of any hair, and then they just maybe they change. Maybe there's that string can stay so still up there at that ass crack that the underwear isn't moving around to make it look bigger than it actually is. And
do they have an extra bone back there?
Oh, to hold it away from the bunghole?
Yeah.
It's like fucking like a suspension bridge over the bunghole.
This is like kind of a speed bump.
Yeah, something that just levitates the thong material so it doesn't really touch the bung.
So it doesn't touch the duty.
It's all about the butt hairs.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's all about the butt hairs.
Lydia,
and they're not sitting like grunting on the bowl from you know.
Have you ever seen any of your girls shit?
No.
I don't know how they do it. When do they do this shit?
They do it.
They forget.
I know they do it. I'm not stupid.
Well,
but
I would say they forget to flush it.
I've never
I know that
seen.
girl shit. I'm saying they leave it in the bowl.
Never a smell, never a hint.
I've never
that
seen.
any of that shit goes
It
down.
is funny as fuck when you walk in one day, though, and there's a little milk dud floating in there. And you're like,
There's always little rabbit droppings.
Someone missed. Someone missed.
Looks like someone spilled their junior mints into the toilet.
All right, so transvestite is basically a guy with a dick wearing a dress, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there a lot of women that do the transvestite thing?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It doesn't seem to be a woman thing.
But what's the transgender?
But, I mean, we glossed over this. I said this, but then we had too much going on here. I'm not kidding. When I see the transvestites walking around New York City, why do they pick clothes from like the early 50s? Some horrible...
It is like I Love Lucy dresses.
Yeah, some outdated dress.
Yeah.
If you're going to dress like a fucking chick, wouldn't you pick a fashion from what's happening now?
I think a lot of the transvestites that you see around the city are also transgender, meaning that they are also interested in being another gender and perhaps a pre-op. Most transvestites, you never see them wearing women's clothes because they do it behind closed doors.
But once again, you're a guy with a dick, and then you decide, I need to be a chick that looks like I'm from the 50s. I don't get it. When you try to be a hot, fucking sexy chick,
of course,
with whatever the hell is fashionable.
You'd have to ask a gay guy about that. I don't get that myself.
All right, so the transgender, and then the transsexual is the one where they had the operation, right?
Or wish to have the operation.
Wish to have the operation.
You don't actually have to have the operation to be transsexual. You can want to have the operation and be pre-op and be a transsexual.
And what are you?
I'm all female.
You're all woman, aren't you there, Lydia?
All women.
You're all woman.
All fucking woman.
I don't know.
I'm trying to look up the article on Chaz Bono because it was in the paper yesterday. We couldn't get to it. We were too busy.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit going on. I think they're going to do a documentary on. Is it OWN? It might be OWN, Ant.
Yes, on the Oprah Winfrey network.
And she's taking us through her transformation. She's now.
Thank God.
She's
for
now
that.
Charlie, right?
Thank God. Chaz. It's just Chaz.
Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, well, I guess you got
us running. Huh? Well, I guess you're busy. You're a busy gal today, huh?
I'm trying to
Busy lady.
I'm trying to find something.
I'm so sorry.
Do you know? Do you know if this person at the McDonald's had a penis or was completely?
I actually don't know anything about that. I'm feeling really guilty for taking my twins to McDonald's now after listening.
Why do you feel guilty?
And by your twins, you mean those giant tits of yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Right, and the boys.
Those big implants.
Those givers of life.
Yeah, I'm going to have to keep them out of McDonald's now.
I just find that so odd that a shrink got implants. I think of that sometimes and think like that's like that to me says that you have a self-image problem, but instead of dealing with it mentally and through, just having self-confidence, you had to do something physically to make people look at you differently or feel that people are looking at you differently.
Well, wait till I get my facelift.
Are you doing a facelift?
Oh, are you?
Well, not anytime soon, but definitely planning for the future.
Oh boy,
that facelift is very rough. You gotta make sure you get the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Otherwise, they could really do some damage.
Yeah, I've seen it.
How are the tits though? They turned out good.
Oh yeah, they're holding up very nicely. I'll come in and show you guys one day.
Will you show us the whole thing though?
We want to see areola.
Yeah, we want to see the nipples.
I'll tell you what. I'll prove that Jewish girls have nipples that have color.
Oh really?
Look, all right, then maybe it was the one I was with.
Well, yours are fake.
But the nipples are still real.
That conversation horrified a few people, but I stand by it that the Jewish girls in general don't really have nipples that you could really see.
Yeah.
They have nipples, but they blend into the skin color to a point it looks creepy.
I think you were with a defective Jew, Opie.
And I'm basing this on one Jewish girl that I dated sort of until her mom realized I wasn't a Jew.
That'll do it.
And then I was done. No more Opster.
Get out of here, you Gentile.
Right.
And that was their mistake, for sure.
Brand new production by D-Boy? All right, Lydia, come on in and show us your big Jewish titties.
All right, guys, have a great day.
Hey, is the Passover thing finally over?
It's over, finally.
Because I want to get my damn camera, but the Jew had, closed up shop for a week.
Yeah, they close up.
I think B&H should be open again.
Today?
It should be, yep. I think yesterday was the last day.
All right, right on. The Jews are back working, finally.
Jews are in business.
Thank you, Lydia.
You can buy your diamonds and electronics.
Hey, someone wants to talk to you really fast.
Okay.
We have time for this.
Sure.
You're on with Lydia.
Hi, Lydia. It's Erwin. Remember me?
Irving. Irving, you don't remember your own name.
Well, he's a bit older now. But Irving was the guy that kind of, molested you when you were younger,
That's
Lydia?
Right.
He
you guys don't forget
touched
his
you a
name,
little.
do you?
Well, Irving, you want to explain to everybody?
Well, Lydia used to wear this really pretty bathing suit, and I used to like to look at her, and I know the reason why Lydia got fake titties.
Yeah?
Because she doesn't want to be a little girl anymore. That makes her feel like a grown-up, and then she can forget her past when she was so special to me.
Jesus.
That's excellent psychoanalysis.
That is a little creepy. You were wearing that sexy bathing suit, though. That's what did it, right?
That's right. My 8-year-old body just turned him on.
It was your fault for wearing the sexy bathing suit.
That's what the judge said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hear you.
Her her little ass cheeks would hang out, and she would tease me on purpose.
All right, guys, it's been a blast.
Yeah.
Wait, don't go. You know we're back together again.
She don't want to relive this.
This always makes Lydia hang up by the way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She likes to play hard to get. This is what she did when she was 8. Don't do it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lydia can't handle that.
Lydia doesn't like that.
Irving, you're going to have to call when Uncle Paul's in. Oh, we lost Irving? Okay.
I think he hung up. Oh, my God.
So we'll do this production piece into break.
That's great. Netflix looking great pre-market there, by the way, Danny.
Is it?
Is that
down $16.25.
Well, nothing I could do.
Is that good or bad for you guys?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
Yeah, you know, why would stock go up with a huge earnings report?
Because they decided next quarter might not be as good as this quarter that just blew away everything.
When you're going to be the #1 subscribed to service, period.
Yeah.
I don't your stock should take a 5% dump. Obviously.
I don't know what happened either. But, whatever.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Lose money.
Lose some money. Yeah.
Lose money, okay.
What are you going to do? Lose money?
Lose money.
Right,
be
good point.
awful all day. Want to punch people in the fucking face.
All right, good point.
It is just awful, man.
Lots to do when we get back. Flava Flav audio.
Flav.
From the big hijack that happened 4.5 years ago. Wow. Fuck. And then we got most annoying 30 seconds. We got the finalists right in front of us here.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Gregorio!
Antonio!
Amy.